Jeffrey read the statistic that 80% of women are only interested in the top 20% of men, and now he feels insecure, depressed, and hopeless. The black pill looks kinda tasty now. Adonis. Adonis doesn't need some puny researchers to tell him what he already knew. He understands that this is basic human biology. He knows that women want the best man that they can get, and of course, the best man is Adonis.
Yeah, they just wanna see me in the grave. Come out the law in the rave. Oh no, I can't wait. You can read what you sow in the day. I was down, now I'm up to the plate. Got a couple hits, cause you know I cannot play. We gon' win it no matter what the shape. Got the stick, we gon' bring it out the safe. I was down below the comma. I put dollars on my head like I don't wanna. Yeah, I'm proud of what I did, I'm gonna come up. Yeah, you left me on red, so don't try to run up. Want no smoke, then come in peace. Flow so foreign overseas. Got them praying, they like please.
The majority of women only want the top 20%, the best men, and this means that the overwhelming majority of guys, most guys including you, are sexually and intimacy deprived, whereas a small amount of men have quite a crazy level of abundance. And today you're going to learn how to get that abundance. First of all, my name is Hamza. I help young men go through the Jeffrey to Adonis transformation through self-improvement. If you're interested in that, scroll down right now, click on the subscribe and the post notification button. It's a win-win for both of us. A couple of years ago, I used to see these videos on YouTube about testosterone and alpha males, and I'd always get insecure because I knew which category I was in. And you know what changed? I started lifting weights. I started actually having some respect and pride for myself. Lifting weights and building my dream body, or making progress towards it at the time when I was about 17, 18 years old. It put me into a very positive mindset, like a growth mindset, where I actually started to realize, like, okay, you can make progress, and there's no reason why I couldn't get into the top 20% of guys. There's no reason why I couldn't be one of those guys on the YouTube video who are getting the girls. And so I started making progress, and more I just realize that there isn't really much of a competition. The majority of guys still don't even lift. Most men have the bodies of little boys. Like, weirdly, like skinny fat, fatty stomach, skinny arms, B-cup titties. That's your competition, bro. And so I beat my competition. I lifted weights. I built the body. I learned about red pill game and social skills. I built up my own little social network, group of friends when I was in university. And I got into the top 20%. I felt it. The moment that I got into the top 20% or 15 or whatever it was, there's a certain sweet spot that I've mentioned a few times on my channel that success compounds. You will go from having no women for a while on your self-improvement. None. You've been working out for 3 months, 6 months, pretty much still almost the same, and you're starting to disbelieve all of these guys who've told you that lifting weights gets you girls, because still you're getting none. A little bit more. And then when you enter this sweet spot, it's like you just about pass this certain barrier. It goes like this. Success on every graph always looks like this. You almost never see success like a linear, like consistent graph like this. It's always like you get nothing for a bit and then exponentially compounds. And that's exactly how it is in terms of getting into the top 20% of men. You get no success before this, and suddenly you get more than you would have believed, and also that you know that other people around you would believe, because you couldn't have imagined this just 2 months ago. And for me, this exact moment was my Tinder pictures. I will try to find the exact Tinder pictures I used to use, but I used to get, as normal guys do, like a couple of matches per day. And even, let's just be honest, most guys don't even get that. Most guys get 0 to 1 match per day. I was getting like a couple per day. I'm lifting for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 matches per day max. At a certain moment, I start getting about 15 to 20 matches per day, and I'm actually meeting these girls finally. It went like this. And this is why I try and give hope, and I hate like the black pill spurgs that you see on the internet, like these incels, because there's hope. You just don't see that sweet spot yet. And then guess what happened? I fell out of the 20%. Mental health hit me, started binge eating, started smoking weed every day, all day. Training went down to like 2 times a week, no program, no progressive overload. Literally just going to the gym and just kind of doing the things there. And same thing happened. It's like, I'm getting all these results, feeling awesome and stuff, and then down. The moment you just kind of get out of it. And so here's some pictures of that moment where I got kind of fat. Like, most people would see this and say they wouldn't call me fat or anything, but it's like, it's all relative, right? So don't try and, you're trying to like make yourself feel good by saying I look fat, because it's relative, and if I don't look fat, then you don't look fat, but I look fat. Let's just be honest. Like, for a guy who spent 4 or 5 years being in the full eat, sleep, lift, repeat kind of lifestyle, to not look good is like there's something severely messed up. And of course that affected my mental health, and it's all compounding. Went straight back down, getting almost no attention from girls. I had a girlfriend, somewhat girlfriend at the time as well, but I lost like so much respect of myself and lost the attraction of people around me. I became a lot more reserved. Because previously when I entered that sweet spot and I felt like I got into the top 20, you know, it's 20%, 10%, who the knows what the percentage is, but like, you know, we can say it's the sweet spot, right? The moment you enter into this point where you're like, you're one of those guys who most girls want to be with. When I previously had entered that, I was a student. I was going to the gym, I was going boxing, I was going to the nightclubs, I was hosting parties, I was going to parties, I was like living a pretty good life in that area. And now, at this point, when I'm about 22, I'm unemployed. I've just finished, I've just graduated. I'm either unemployed or I'm working in customer service. I'm kind of bulky, but I'm kind of fat. I haven't been going to the gym, mental health is bad. And so I dipped out of the sweet spot. And now, once again, I got my shit together. For the last year, I've been fully focused on self-improvement. I've been leveling myself up. My body is the best it's ever been. This is what I look like right now. Can we get like a mashallah in the comments for this physique right here? Because I'm not going to lie, when I see this video, I'm like, God damn, bro. So for the last year, I've stopped wasting my time on instant gratification activities. I don't watch Netflix. I maybe watch about an hour of YouTube per week. Quit RuneScape properly, finally. I don't do the majority of bad habits, and I do the majority of good habits. And so I've dipped back in to the 20%, 10% sweet spot that we're talking about. I put my head down, I worked on this business, I exploded my wealth. I'm making a lot more. I won't give you I've told the specifics before, but I'm making like a good amount for my age now. It's a huge amount compared to what the majority of people would think, but once you start making money, you realize like normal people's perception of money, like everyone thinks like 10k a month is like unreasonably high, whereas once you make 10k a month, you're like, yeah, it's like nothing, bro. It's like it's like pennies, G. Like I'd say, I mean, I'm getting full of myself, yeah, but I'd say like 50k a month is good money, like good money. Like I'm making good money compared to how I was a year ago, but it's like, bro, there's people out here making $1 million a month, and it's not that difficult. That's extreme level, right? In terms of like wealth in men, that's like the 1%, and you know, even not even 1% probably. It's probably like 5% or something. But no, the $1 million a month is probably 1%. So do you know what? I kind of just went off topic here with talking about finances and wealth and stuff, but you can actually see what my mindset is like. And although if you're somewhat of like a little softy and a little like, I don't know what the politic liberal or left, I don't know what it is, bro, but you know, the type of people who are like against people making money or some, I don't know. If you're one of them, you'll probably think, wait, this guy's being a prick, he said 10k a month's not good and stuff. But by the way I just spoke, I almost impressed myself there, but to think that I've got such a positive mindset where I've achieved a level of wealth, not wealth, but a level of income that would have seemed crazy a few years ago, and now I'm driven to do more. I'm thinking like, yeah, it's nice, it's a good accomplishment to hit like 10k in a month, but it's like, what about 50k? And with this type of mindset, is it's inevitable that you get into this, the top 20, top 10%. And in fact, I was going to say some other things. I was going to tell you the specifics. But the thing is, if I tell you the specifics, it's not even going to help you. Because the specifics, I won't even waste your time, right? What I've wrote down is that you've got to delay gratification, you've got to stop indulging in instant gratification. You've got to start lifting weight, start making money, start doing, you know, the good habits, the social skills, mental health, and stop doing the bad habits, stop jacking off, stop watching sports and stop being like a fucking loser. Just generally. The thing is, that's not even going to help you, because there is one key thing missing that either you have it or you don't. That is going to determine whether you become successful or you don't. And it's your mindset. I could come to your house. I could force you to work out. I could build the business for you. I could set up a business just like this for you, and you would still fail if you had the wrong mindset. And the mindset's kind of like the growth mindset, like that word, the growth mindset is kind of like the scientific word, but I just like to say it's just a positive mindset. It's just having some hope and knowing that you will eventually get there. When I first started lifting, I had a great deal of hope. I had such a positive mindset. To me, one of the things I kept on repeating to myself is, no matter what happens, I'm going to build my 10 out of 10 body. Bro, I'd have a crush on a girl for months and I would never say anything to her. Yeah, I'd sit next to her in class or something and just kind of like, if we even said a sentence together, that was like the whole thing in my mind and everything. And like months later of me just, you know, slowly shooting my shot with the slowest speed you could ever shoot a shot. I scroll on Facebook and she's now in a relationship, bro. Do you know how much that hurt? And still, 10 minutes later, I'm in my garage where we have my gym. I'm just looking around feeling so proud of myself, saying, you know what? As long as I don't quit coming here, I'm going to build my 10 out of 10 dream body. I came home with bad grades once in college, like pretty bad grades. My parents are disappointed at me. Teachers were like annoyed at me and everything. Again, I go into the gym. As long as I don't quit, I will build my dream body. And here I am. I'm here because of the mindset. Now, a lot of you, like you are dumbasses, let's be honest. A lot of the dumbasses message me and like, okay, Hamza, what about the routine, bro? Like, what routine, what workout, what are you doing for this? What's this? What about diet? Well, how many calories? None of that even matters. None of that matters. If you're asking me a question about tactics, bro, you're probably not going to become successful because you're still missing most of your workouts. You still haven't controlled your lizard brain. Your willpower's still at a low level. It's only, like, you want to get into the top 20%, it's literally just your mindset plus time. Because your mindset plus time gets you to, how do I explain that? Your mindset, whatever your mindset is like, whether it's positive or negative, is where you're going to be in X amount of time. If you've got a positive mindset, you're going to end up somewhere positive in a few months or years. If you've got a negative mindset, you're going to end up somewhere negative in a few months or years. This is why, like, I just don't understand this internet culture that young men get themselves in with this negative thinking of men going their own way and black pill and incel. Because you're literally just shooting yourself in the foot by saying, oh, I can't get girls because I'm X. Now you can't get girls. Before you actually could have, but now you can't. Now you've signed the deal off. And the other guy who doesn't even consider it. Like, I've got friends who are short and they don't even, it doesn't even come out of their mouth where they say, I can't get girls because I'm short. And they get more girls than I do. And I get an okay amount, bro. And on the other side, I have guys who should have no excuse to get girls, but they've got some stupid shit like that. Oh, bro, it's because of my jawline. No, you've got a f***ing good jawline. Is it because of this? It's got because of this. I'm not jacked enough yet. That's usually the one it is. I'm not jacked enough. Give me 5 years. If you have this positive mindset, if you genuinely believe that you can get into the top 20%, that you can reach the sweet spot, you can build a business that explodes your wealth, you can build the 10 out of 10 body, bro, you will do it. Now, something might stunt your growth. Your genetics might stunt it. It will stunt it. Let's be honest, it will stunt it, but it will not stop it. It's your mind that stops your potential, not your genetics. Because there is no one who's maximized their genetic potential who isn't in the 20%. There is no one who's got the 10 out of 10 body. None of the Black Pillsbergs can defend against this. There's no one who's got the full 10 out of 10 body who now isn't happy that he actually built it. There's no one who gets the 10 out of 10 body. It's like, like, I don't have girls still, so I'm just gonna stop. Like, the Black Pill was right all along. No one even says that, bro. Because if you've got the 10 out of 10 body, you generally get a good amount of attraction from women. Now, it's impossible not to. You will get the attraction from women, but you might not get women just because, again, you've got a mindset that no one wants to be around. Do you know, I'm going to title this video something like, it's not hard to get into the top 20% of men. You know why? Because probably about 50% of men aren't even competing anyway. So we've got 50% left. And this is the 50% who are kind of like, doing something. And the majority of these guys are just not doing much and they're not doing the right things. The majority of these guys are like getting careers and 9-to-5 jobs and stuff. And they're all kind of like weirdly fat and they go to the pub. Like, your competition, if you're my age right now, and let's say you live in the UK, you're in the same like area as me. Your competition is the guys who go to the pub, have 10 pints of beer, and then call the dealer to get cocaine and ketamine. That's your competition. Now, these guys work 9 to 5 and they bring in like £2,000 per month. Like, okay, 3,000 per month. They've got a car on lease. That's your competition. And that's not even the guys who have given up. Like, the guys who've given up don't even do any of that. This is like the people who are actively competing. There is no reason why you can't get into the top 20% other than your mindset. If you say, oh, but there is, Hamza, because of X, because I'm in India, because of my black skin, because I'm short, because I've got skinny wrists, because I don't have hunter eyes, like these internet people say, like, navel candle tilting and whatever. It's not so much that those are the reasons why, it's that your mindset is the reason why. So now I'm going to give you the actual tactics. I don't think it's going to help most people. I'll be completely honest with you, I only really give like full practical tactics in my videos because it helps the business, because people watch this part of the video because they're like, oh my god, he's telling us exactly what to do. But I know for a fact that 99% of people will never implement these tactics anyway. But dumbasses watch them and I make more money. So I'll tell you the tactics. And if you're someone who deserves my respect, if you're someone who respects yourself, if you're someone who's got a good mindset, you will implement them. The rest of the people will sit there watching like, oh yes, he's finally talked about the tactics, and then they'll click on the next video. So you want the tactic to get into the top 20% of men, to get into the sweet spot. Write up the timetable. If you've been watching my videos and you haven't done this already, then I know which group of people you're in. But here is your final chance. The 4 things you're going to include, plus other things, but the 4 main things in terms of getting into the sweet spot of men is mental, physical, money, and social skills / game. So you're going to have some kind of daily task, daily habit for mental health. You can have some kind of daily task, daily activity, obviously working out for the physical realm. So that's going to be working out in the gym to build your body. You can have some kind of daily task / activity for money and building wealth. So that's going to be your job. Hopefully it's a business. And finally, you're going to have some kind of daily activity, habit, routine, whatever, for improving your social skills / your game. So maybe that'll be getting some every Friday getting something booked in terms of meeting friends or girls. It will be to spend half an hour reading a book on social skills or reading a book on game and actually practicing, going outside, spending an hour cold approaching. You've made this timetable. Follow it as best as you can for 6 to 12 months. There you go. Like, there's the unsexy answer. Like, all the little spurgs are hoping that I continue, saying really practical things. That's the unsexy answer right there. Do something to improve these 4 things that I just mentioned pretty much every day as realistic. Maybe you'll take a day off here and there and stuff, but pretty much every day, 6 to 12 months, I guarantee that you'll be in the top 20%. Guaranteed. Because the majority of men, 80% of men, have not worked hard for 6 to 12 months in a row. Now, I've just told you the exact tactic to get exactly what you want. And not only will you get what you want women, that's why you click on this video. Not only will you get that, every other part of your life will improve too. You'll build the body, your confidence will go up, your social skills, your relationships, your friendships will go up. You will even improve your mental health with this tactic that I've just gave you. That's the exact plan. It's right there, it's right in front of you. It's really not that hard to become one of the guys that has multiple girls interested in him. You just have to do the work. And so, do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Give me a kiss, bro. Use your tongue as well, though.